Well, as you just saw right there, we hit it. We did it, fam! Or should I say, Skyliners? We did it together. 1,000 subscribers. Oh my goodness. And as I believe it was Ron that pointed out to me today, he's like, you better celebrate this 1K really fast because you're on the way to 2K, like, almost instantaneously. And he might be right. I think we have around 1.5 right now. I haven't looked at today's numbers. But wow. Absolutely amazing. I am just overcome with emotion. Honestly, it's absolutely insane how many people have actually gone to this channel, hit the subscribe button, they keep watching, they rewatch. It is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for everybody who has decided to hit that subscribe button and make this dream a reality. Walt Disney was right. It takes people to make a dream a reality, and that's you out there, and that's pretty dang cool, I will say. I was supposed to get this poll up, but I ran a poll over there in Vash Sky ParkCast, and in that poll, I asked everybody, hey, what would you... Let me see what I originally asked right there. I'll go ahead and share my screen for you to show you everything that we're doing right here. The community tab. It's awesome. All right, can we get this going here? Is it going out? No, we gotta remove that and then go with that. Okay, good. You can see right here, down below, it's Celebration Day, Skylanders, and to help celebrate this incredible sub-growth, I require your insight once again to help make this one of your favorite, very favorite YouTube channels. Watching our live streams either live or on the rewatch when you decide to subscribe. I think it was like well over 70% said that I want to support what Vash is doing, which is super awesome. Very, very cool. And thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button for me. And I take that subscribe extremely seriously. I want, like the post actually says right there, I want to become one of your favorite YouTube channels. Very favorite, that's for sure. So I take that very, very seriously. It's not just about supporting me, even though that is awesome. I want to go ahead and maintain your support. I want to go ahead and maintain your subscription. And so, I usually say the sky's the limit. Well, we're going to go ahead and reach beyond that sky. And it's going to be super, super cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait to debut some of the range of content that we have planned for you. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be super, super cool. Our first video is in production right now, which is great. It's just taking a little bit longer than I originally thought, but I think it's going to be worth the wait right there. We're also going to mix in some clips from this YouTube live stream that maybe you're seeing right now, maybe you're seeing in the future. That's going to be pretty cool because some of our panelists are awesome, and that was the second most voted on selection right here. I like the personalities and the various perspectives. I do too. So we're going to go ahead and highlight those. It's going to be great. But I just want to go ahead and say thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. Some of you actually have seen a little hype button down below as well. If you hit that, that would be cool too. It's a way for YouTube to highlight content creators under a certain sub threshold. I think it's like under like 200,000 or something like that. Whatever the case may be, if you hit that hype button, that would help us out tremendously. More of that is coming out. I haven't seen it on all of the various forms of YouTube, so that should be pretty cool as well. Okay, enough of me, going on and carrying on. Let's go ahead and get some of the amazing people who have helped make this possible. We have, first and foremost, our producer extraordinaire, the Miss MagicalyMJ. Very, very cool. And we got Tom F back there as well, providing that amazing music that you heard in that intro. Very, very cool. We've got Ron from For All the Bradley's Fun. He's going to come in by phone. He can't stay for very long, but that's okay. We want him here anyway. And for the first time ever on this channel, and will be one of the regularly appearing personalities on this channel, it is the one, the only Nolan Thunder. What is going on, good sir?
I like the sound of that. It sounds amazing, and I have all the faith in you, man. You are going places. The sky's the limit. Actually, screw the sky. No, you're going to space.
I know some people can catch a ride from.
That's true. That I know what you're talking about, Tom. We were talking about space elevators actually earlier on the Pro Show, which is a very interesting discussion right there. Who actually might be joining us? That will be pretty cool. But we were talking about space elevators, and maybe we'll just take that space elevator right on up right there, just like those data centers. Hopefully, we'll be up there. To Nolan's point, guys, how are you guys doing tonight? How are you guys doing this evening? What are you guys doing?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this. My avatar shows up to us on my device, but then I see it on YouTube, and I'm like, why is my avatar not showing up on YouTube? That's weird.
We've had that problem with both StreamYard and Evie Mux, actually, which is very interesting.
Oh, you know what? I bet I know what it is. It's Disney is messing with me because I didn't use one of their hoppers avatars. That's
why don't you hop onto it?
I'm in the wrong avatar.
How very, very interesting. Well,
Vash, I was doing something.
Yes.
You asked me what I was doing before I started? That.
Oh, you see? Those amazing tunes that you actually heard in the intro right there, like I said before, that is all provided by Tom F. Amazing stuff. Thank you so much for providing that to us, because everybody loves the intro. Everybody just, they go crazy for it. And I always tell everybody, the music you're hearing, that's all Tom F right there. And without that music, that intro just doesn't hit the same. So thank you so much.
I got a surprise for you later on, Vash. I'm working on it.
Ooh.
We like surprises.
Yep.
Yes, indeed. MJ, I believe our friend Erika from
She's on her way. Yes.
Oh, she's on her way.
Okay. Yeah, she didn't have the link, and I sent it to her a different route. So she'll be here soon. But yeah, I'm just multitasking over here, making sure everybody gets here, and we're gonna have a great time, and all the energy from all of our friends that we've all been on panels with. It's overwhelming. I have goosebumps. This is so much fun watching everybody thrive and your channel thrive, Vash. This is just great. I love seeing my friends succeed.
Absolutely. Now, Ron, how long we got you for? I don't want to take up too much of your time. I was hoping to get into a topic here. 8:30? Okay, I think it's plenty of time right there. Nolan, we have talked about Six Flags on the various channels, whether it be That Park Place or T3PO or whatever. We have talked about Six Flags on and off for a while. And the reason why is because, it's basically the biggest regional amusement chain in North America, that's for sure. But that attendance, it just hasn't been where it needs to be.
Wait, people are supposed to go there? You're supposed to attend that place?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, yes.
Six Flags is my intro to all things theme parks, and was one of my very first jobs. And I worked there, got hired at Six Flags my senior year of high school. So, and one of the parks we're talking about is that park, that particular location. So,
and somebody who's been to Six Flags or two, I'm sure, is Erika from Erika and Rob. Hello there. What is going on?
Which Six Flags again? I missed it.
Well, any one of them, because we're going to be talking about the Six Flags chain today. Some big news just broke out.
I went to the one in Georgia and Atlanta, and it was
I don't want to say, but I went to the one in New Jersey. Yeah, I'll see myself out now.
Great Adventure?
No judgment here.
No, it was Six Flags before Great Adventure. It was weird. It's don't even get me started.
So
Great Adventure, it was Six Flags.
New Orleans was pretty good.
I can't stay long. I have to get Christian to work in the morning, so I'm at like 6 hours of sleep right now.
Oh, I see. I know you were very, very busy, and we're lucky to have you. How long can you stay for?
Literally, it's just a quick hi and congratulations. I have to go. And Nolan, I freaking love you and miss you. Dang it. Don't get to hang out with you enough on stream. Huh?
Air hug, internet hug. Bring it in.
Oh,
she caught it. Yes.
Yeah, she got it right.
Anyway,
from
this is
wherever you are, Nolan, to Germany.
This is awesome seeing you get monetized. Well, where you're fast tracking to monetization. I can't wait until that milestone is yes, that is the goal. Get you to monetization. Yes. But this has been fun. It's been awesome and a privilege to be your friend and to be a part of this, to see all this success in such a short amount of time, which, by the way, I think me and MJ called it. We knew it was going to happen very quickly. So,
yep.
But we are here for you, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a really fun journey with your channel and whatever else comes out of this for you. So
awesome. Well, Erika, thank you so much for joining us, even very, very briefly. I know, you referenced it before. Erika and MJ were at the very start. Nolan, I think you were there too, right at the very start, where it was like, you know what, I'm thinking about doing this, and I wasn't sure, but you guys were like, hey, if you do it, I think you're going to be successful right out the gate. And
sure
enough,
all three of us, we were like, we got you. Like, you can do this. Like, you can do it. And we told you so.
That's true. That's very true. I'll give it up to you guys because, man, I mean, it was a bet on myself. That is for very much for sure. And I'm so glad to have you, Erika, in my life, and to be that constant source of support has been really, really cool. It's been a blast. So thank you so much, Erika, for coming on and sharing that. That is awesome. I know we just got redirect privileges, which is new for this channel. So
sweet.
That's really cool. So we're like getting there. Like we're getting some of those functions activated. Yes. So monetization, I think, is coming up.
Oh yeah, it's literally just around the corner. Yeah, once you get your 4,000 watch hours, I think you can then apply for the partner program, and then you're on your way.
Around the corner, whistling
if I
down
miss your
the
streams,
river.
I go back and I watch them to make sure it counts as a watch hour. So I am cognitive of that.
Wow.
And then I ping my mom
much.
too, like, "Hey, mom, come on."
That's probably why we have like.
If
5
anybody out there, by the way, wants to, is inspired
I
by that
make,
method,
I make a playlist.
Cool.
And I just use a playlist and have it go when I'm sleeping and the devices are just running through a bunch of people's stuff.
That's I've done that too to help friends out. Yeah, but I gotta go. I love you guys. Y'all are awesome. Vash, congratulations. I love you, brother, and we will see y'all later. And Nolan, seriously, come on, Brood Banter. We miss you. Dang it.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be back soon. And Erika, you're amazing. Have a good night.
Erika, you're awesome.
You too.
Thank you so
night,
much.
Guys.
Very much appreciate that.
Erika, right.
All right. And we got Erika up in here. That's
all
pretty
of our,
cool.
All of our sleep deprived friends, including Ron, who's at this point, he's delusional, singing songs about the rivers. And I don't even know. What songs are you singing, Ron?
It's Something's Coming from West Side Story.
Oh yeah,
it's literally like about movie.
How do you remember that, Ron?
Will it be? Yes,
he's
it
a
will.
Special person.
Something's.
Ron has an incredible memory, much better than mine, I will say.
He's kind of like an elephant sometimes.
It's the acting thing because I had to memorize so many lines in my life about different things, and especially songs, But Something's Coming would happen to be one of my audition songs that I used for a number of auditions, so I had that in my repertoire. Would it be? Yes, it could. Something's coming, something good. If I can wait.
Go to sleep. He needs to go to sleep. It's happening.
I am starting to notice this, but we've got 10 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and maximize that because Ron is right. Something is coming. Apparently, a spinoff. Here you go. From Theme Park Insider. This was published a little bit earlier this year, January 10th, 2026. Trademark applications may point to the sale of Six Flags. A series of trademark applications filed yesterday seems to be raising a question. An applicant named Enchanted Parks Holdings, LLC, which lists a downtown Orlando office tower as its address, has filed applications for several trademarks that include the names of current Six Flags properties. You can see the properties listed right here. A lot of people were like, whoa, what is going on here? Is the Six Flags chain going to offload some of these parks? We've talked about it here on well, I was going to say the various channels, like that Park Place, C3PO, and so forth, like I was referring to with Nolan right there. But we talked about how Six Flags has, they've said very candidly on earnings calls and so forth that only a handful of their actual parks contribute to the overall revenue for the entire chain. And when you have 41 parks in North America, okay, when you're only benefiting from really a handful, like that's not good. And so a lot of people were concerned that there were going to be more closures. Well, this, at least when we originally heard it, it wasn't the worst news for these parks, because I think a lot of people were worried about these parks in particular and saying, hey, we don't want to lose them. We don't want them closed down. Maybe they're, the best hands that they're in are away from Six Flags. Well, we got confirmation on that today, Nolan. Here we go. Six Flags sells 7 of its parks. This is by Robert Niles.
7.
March 5th, 2026. America's biggest amusement park chain is getting smaller in 2026. Six Flags Entertainment Corporation confirmed this morning that it is selling 7 of its parks. With 41 properties across North America, Six Flags is America's largest amusement park chain by volume, though the company trails Disney in U.S. attendance. Six Flags parks welcomed a little more than 50 million visitors in 2024, according to the TEA Global Experience Index attendance report. All in North America, Universal drew nearly 59 million guests worldwide that year, but less than the 50 million in the U.S. Disney led all companies with more than 145 million visitors worldwide. Six Flags can expect to lose about 4.5 million from its attendance number in 2026. That is the number of guests who visited the 7 parks that Six Flags is selling to EPR properties. The deal was leaked earlier this year when an Orlando-based LLC called Enchanted Parks Holdings registered trademark applications that include the names of the several Six Flags properties. So, EPR will be acquiring Valley Fair in Minneapolis, Worlds of Fun in Kansas City, Missouri, Michigan's Great Adventure in Grand Rapids, Schlitterbahn Water Park in Galveston, Six Flags St. Louis, Six Flags Great Escape in Queensbury, New York, and Six Flags La Ronde in Montreal. So, my question to you, Nolan, I'm going to bring you in here right here. Is this good for these parks? I think it is, because yes, it's like they're not going to be part of the Six Flags brand, which is a shame, but at least they're being given to people who might be able to take care of them better than maybe Six Flags ever could, given, they have huge problems when it comes to liquidity and capital. They're just not making enough money. They really have to when it comes to the investments that they're making, they really have to dedicate that to, I think, the parks that are making their money. What say you? What do you think about all this and more?
Thank you, Vash. I gotta say, there have already been so many signs that point to the whole Six Flags merging with the Cedar Fair company. When they had their big old merge a while back ago, it made things a lot worse. Cedar Fair inherited a lot of Six Flags problems. They were in over their head. They acquired too many parks. They were not running the parks to the standard of other big theme park entities, whether that be the Walt Disney Company or Universal, 2 of the biggest players in the game, or even, if you go say, if you want to call it that, the next tier with the Cedar Fair parks, from Kings Island to Cedar Point to whatever have you under their umbrella, there was always a level of cleanliness and quality. Six Flags had kind of developed a bit of a reputation of being a little more jank. And sometimes jank can be kind of fun, but it's not always the most financially viable. So I think offloading these was definitely the right move. I can say as someone who historically has been a big observer with Michigan's Adventure in particularly, there's been kind of a meme within the hardcore Cedar Fair goers, even before the Six Flags merger happened, that park never gets any love ever. It's like that one meme of the parents celebrating with their kid and the other kid's drowning in the pool. That's what it's like. Michigan's Adventure never gets anything. It's all the way out of the way. So anytime these kind of mergers these type of, they sell a big portion of what they have, I'm always cautious because I'm used to so many companies where it's like, hey, we sold off this brand and in 2 years they're going to pave it for the most lame thing, like overpriced rental apartments or I don't know, a Bed Bath and Beyond, like something really boring. This shows some hope, because I was actually looking into a bit of this company that's acquiring these, and I was kind of surprised to see they actually own some Titanic museums in America. They own one down in Pigeon Forge that I've actually driven by before, and it shows that they are actually interested in entertainment outside of just being like, oh, let's acquire the land and then make it part of a big retail scheme or something like that, or something for apartments. I think there could be some hope here. I'm going to give cautious optimism here, because you never know, and it is concerning to know, like, hey, how long have some of these parks been neglected by both of their parent companies from both Six Flags and Cedar Fair? But I really am optimistic, cautiously. I hope this is a good thing, because people need more fun things outside of Orlando to go and explore, and these type of Six Flags parks are way overdue for some sort of upgrade.
I very much agree with that. I mean, look, there are some parks that are, they have a steady stream of investment, and then there are other parks that, well, they're just kind of relegated to the side and don't get those investments the same way that others do. And unfortunately, they kind of stall out, as the kids would say, on the coasters right there, which is no good. But somebody who's not stalling out, actually somebody who's being launched via LSM, oh, that's going to be the amazing theme park wizard. Hello there, wizard. How are you doing, sir?
That's me. How are you?
Doing very well. Thank you so much for coming on. And by the way, you're not the only one coming on in, because fresh off of another amazing Hollywood backlot with Lou and you, we have returning to the channel, Culture Casino, and for the first time ever on this channel, dear friend, Lou Wasserman's Ghost. Hello there, everybody. Welcome
Hi, Vash. Hello. Except we didn't do the show last night.
Yeah, no, I had
been under the weather, so
yeah, a little bit of a migraine.
It's funny thing about me. I am fated to have disabled partners in crime. Between stones to the left of me and migraines to the right, here I am stuck in the middle with you.
I like that. That's funny.
That is pretty good. I like that. Well, we were just talking about a little bit of stuff happening in the theme park world via Six Flags. 7 of their parks getting sold to what, EPR? Or Enchanted Parks Holdings. Very, very interesting for sure. Ron, I know you have to go real fast, so I'm going to go ahead and go to you first right here. What do you think about some of these regional parks being offloaded to another company? Do you think they're in good hands, or maybe they were better with the parent company, Six Flags? Your thoughts, please.
I think I need to go downtown Orlando and pay them a visit, because I know exactly what's not making these parks work. And everybody gets the wrong idea about theme parks. Everybody thinks we got to make the rides better. We got to make the attractions better. And that is a part of it. But if you're really focused in on what makes the theme park experience work, it's actually the park itself. Epic Universe got it right. And I said, when they said we're putting the park back in theme park.
That's
and
right.
when you walk into Celestial Park and you get that initial feeling that you're in a place that you cannot be without going through those gates, that's what's important. But another big element of it is the entertainment. And I even when I worked for Six Flags back in the day, I was thinking of this. Take the kids. I mean, first of all, Disney did this way back in the day with the Mickey Mouse Club. The Mickey Mouse Club became famous, and then they became associated with Disney. And you could bring those Mickey Mouse Club kids to the park at Disneyland, and people would go nuts, and people would go in there and see that. People, I don't know why, but whatever. People love celebrity. They love to be around celebrities, the celebrity culture. If you could take take a group of 8 or 12 young people, 18 or maybe even as young as 16 to, 25 years old, put them in a show, but then also get one of your local television stations, say in St. Louis, to bring them on and do like a half an hour retrospective show where they come on, they host a show, and it's a local, and they become local celebrities. Then the synergy between that and getting out the local people to those parks and supporting those parks in that way, you're going to get them out. You're going to get a fan base, and then those people are also not just going to watch shows, but they're going to go on rides. They're going to watch the concerts that come out. They can do a concert. There's so much that can happen at these local theme parks to drive business, and I just don't think that the people in charge of them don't seem to understand. Like it's guest service, it's bringing the experience. It is, I mean, it is a lot of the things that Disney themselves have lost over the last 5 years. Universal's doing really well with it, but all of it can be brought to local parks as well to get the business from the cities and the regions that they exist in. And I wish they would do that, but I think I might actually go to their offices here and find out what's going on, because as somebody who could talk to the execs there and say, hey, I've been around the theme park entertainment world for the last 40 years, and it started with one of the parks you're acquiring. Let's talk. I would love the opportunity to do that, because all of these parks can be made viable, and they can especially be made viable now more than ever. And the reason why is AI, and nobody's talking about it. If AI is going to make all this content available online that people can just absorb with their eyes, well, that's fine, but there's a line that's drawn, and you're not experiencing something. In a theme park, you can experience entertainment. You can actually take your family there. You can have an experience. You can create a memory. You can create memories that will make you cry later. MJ knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yes,
absolutely. Yep.
And if you can make the park about that for every family or every entity that walks in, you want to make a park a place where proposals take place, where people do their gender reveal, baby gender reveal ceremonies. You want the birthday parties, all of those things that make memories. That's what you have to do with these theme parks. If all you focus on is the next ride, you're going to lose. You have to focus on those moments that create memories.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Ron.
Making memories. Making
pictures is making memories, catching little pieces of time.
Now
making them yours and making them mine.
Wow.
There you go.
Oh, man. Oh, you put me in the mood here. Ron, we have made some great memories together. I want to go ahead and thank you for coming out. I know you have a very short time with us right here. Ron, is there anything else you'd like to say before departing from here, good sir?
Well, I will. I'll be in the chat for a little bit. I'm just exhausted from the schedule the last couple of days. It was unexpected stuff, and so it's perfectly fine. And I'm happy to always be invited.
Ron, if you do go talk to those executives, tell them you want a dish.
I will. Hey, I'm here to dish, guys. I'm here to dish.
Plug. Go see Ron's dish when you
exactly
can.
A dish served live. Hopefully, right there. Let me see if I can go ahead and bring up Ron's Follow the Bradley's Fun right here, which is doing some amazing stuff. I will say, definitely check out Ron from Follow the Bradley's Fun. Hey, support our panelist right there. What are you doing if you haven't subscribed yet? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't be like me. Don't just leave this, unsubscribe because you're not logged in. No. You want to go ahead and hit that for us.
I have a
Ron,
typo
thank you
there.
so much for coming on. Very much appreciated, sir.
Huge congratulations, Vash. Onward and upward and forward. And I will see you next week for your 2K celebration. And I'll see you the week after that for your 10K celebration.
Yeah, it's going up quick. Thank you, Ron. Very much appreciate you. And we will see you on the next one very, very shortly. Thank you.
All right, have a great night. Thanks, Vash. Congrats.
Thank you. Have a great night. I want to go ahead and get Theme Park Wizard in here because Wizard, you have a very interesting relationship with the store because you were the first one to tell me actually that this stuff was even going on back in January, and now look at us now, Wizard. You called it right from the very get-go. You were thinking that these entities were going to be spun off. Sure enough, they are. 7 theme parks for the low price of around $300 million or so, going to a secondary company from Six Flags. Your thoughts, please. Wizard, you're muted.
Well, for those parks there, I'm a little bit muted. Can you hear me?
Oh no, I can't.
Hello?
We can't hear you. You're just delayed just a little bit. Sorry.
No. Oh, it's just to say laptop. Okay.
Go for it, Will.
Sorry, guys. We're moving and my computer is not set up yet, so I'm using my laptop. But right now, those parks have been sold. I'm a little concerned because that park, the bottom, the EPR company, I guess they own Frontier City and another company, another theme park, and those parks haven't gotten any investment in a very long time and are pretty badly run. So I'm a little worried for those 7 that got spun off to this company because I don't think they're going to treat them very well. It's good for Six Flags so they got some money, but yeah, as for new investments, I'm a little concerned. I don't think they'll get too much. In fact, they may be sold off again or closed. Who knows? But we'll see.
No, I don't want this. Culture, if you're still there, back in the back. Look, we have an appreciation for these regional theme parks. I know, we enjoy Knott's Berry Farm and all of that. Magic Mountain, maybe?
Magic Mountain, quite a bit. Yeah, no, I mean, California, these are all like all the parks you mentioned, my home parks like Disneyland. But Ron was right. And it's interesting. Theme park had theme park wizard had a kind of a little bit of guidance on this early on. I gotta ask, is this an upside for them if they don't have a history of investment? Because that's the biggest problem. A lot of these parks have been quite fallow. They've been treated as assets and not really invested in the way they should be. I mean, it's not like this is a universal situation where they're dumping money. And if the park experience doesn't exist, and this is something that we're seeing far too often, then it's more an amusement park than it is a theme park. Theme parks have definitive themes and areas within them that are well defined. They also have the ability to convey sentiment, as Ron was saying. So a lot of that comes down to the whether or not there's kinetic designs integrated into the way the park's laid out, or if those are eventually going to be filled in, and that's when investment comes into shape. So Theme Park Wizard, do you think they're going to invest money in these, or do you think this was acquisition for acquisition's sake? I mean, as Nolan pointed out, I don't want this to be hollow. They're spending $300 million on this.
Yeah, I hope they invest, but based on their history, it's been quite rocky, at least with existing parks they have. So I hope maybe they want to try, but if they treat them like their other parks, then it could be a bad situation. But fingers crossed, but I don't have high hopes.
Oh, man, that's no good. Lou, I know...
That article said for capital improvements and for operating expenses. So I don't know. Maybe they're telling the truth, maybe not. But what's interesting to know is this. When you talked about how people were buying these things for the real estate, Six Flags had already sold the real estate under some of their other parks and cashed out of that part of it so that there was nothing left to get out of getting rid of them, like the one in the Bay Area. These parks, maybe the location doesn't suggest that anymore for some reason. I don't know what the local real estate market is in Galveston or Minneapolis, Minneapolis. But
Gregory Case. Yeah. Gregory K. Silvers, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of APR Properties, said this: these properties embody the essential characteristics we seek, delivering stable long-term cash flow, strong drive to accessibility, multi-generational appeal, and significant underlying land values.
Well, and by the way, and what you said before about and what Ron said about investing in entertainment and memories and all the rest, unlike the big players, these folks can't really afford to have a new roller coaster every season, which is the way the other places tend to do to keep people coming back, among other reasons. So if they can't do that, which they can't, they are left with making it a regular thing. You know, everybody, oh, it's summer, we're going to the park. Oh, it's whatever holiday, we're going to the park for the fireworks show. And as long as they can maintain that, they've got repeat business and a chance of seeing some profit. But if they can't do that, all the and some of these, what was that ride picture you put up? The Wrath of Redonga, and I'm going, God, where do they come up with these names? You know, an R sounding word with a W in front of an R sounding word with an R is just. Hey, are you going to go ride the Bullet? You know, are you going to go ride the Cyclone? Or hey, you want to go ride the Wrath of the bobbity boo? Come on, guys!
Magical motorbike journey of enchantment.
It's all that SEO right there, you know. Yeah, I know it's not so good, but look, I'll tell you. I mean, I love Six Flags Parks. You know, maybe not.
I was at Six Flags Magic Mountain on opening day. They had a special.
I was gonna call that out. I didn't know if you wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, well, it was funnily enough, it was a benefit for the Jules Stein Eye Clinic, and for people who don't know who Jules Stein is, the founder of MCA. So there's a little 6 degrees of theme parkification or whatever, but you know, it hadn't the foliage hadn't grown in yet, and it was a little barren, but it was real interesting. It was real interesting because really, if you had to go back to the old, you know, the things like the Pike and Long Beach and whatever to find a coaster and bumper car park of that kind rather than a theme park. Like even, you know, remember Knott's originally didn't have all the coasters and things, and it was a step backwards and a modern version all at the same time. But 1971. My God, is that when it was? Well, it was a long time ago. But
it was a little while ago.
But I'm old, Vash. For God's sakes, I'm old. I mean, St. Patrick's Day, I'll be 73. So anybody still shopping, there's lots of goodies I'd like. There's some boats and some homes and some airplanes and some booze. I guess the booze is probably more all of our.
I was waiting for it.
Take little scale models.
Yeah, well, what did I see? It was a Funko of the Ayatollah, but it was just a pile of dirt inside the package.
Oh,
anyway,
with the spicy jokes right there.
Well, you know. Look, anyway. My point is, if you have to compete on the grounds under which you are given, and if you can't put up a badly named roller coaster every new year, to get the locals coming back, you've got to give them. Making memories, indeed. Right?
Indeed. Look, this is going to come down to a couple categories, right? So you have the handful that create 90% of the revenue. So that's like your prime locations. Maybe Magic Mountain's on that list. Maybe Knott's Berry Farmers on that list. Okay, Cedar Point, I would think for sure. All right, and then you have the bulk of the roster, which is, hey, maybe these things don't make a lot of money, but they maybe pay for themselves. And then you have the portions that maybe don't have any value, and then the portions that have to be closed. And so we don't want more closures of parks. If Six Flags can get anything out of them and offload them, and maybe they have a second life rather than being closed down, I would take that. It's a bad situation. I'm not liking this merger so far, Wizard. I must say, not liking this merger so far. But c'est la vie. This is the decision. Yeah, that has come down. But speaking of roller coasters,
the other thing to consider that we haven't,
please.
Most of these parks throughout the areas that get poor weather don't work all year long.
That's true. Yeah,
and so they don't even have the whole year to get their money back. They've got to strike while the iron is hot, weather-wise.
That's
big
true.
Difference between that and an Orlando park.
Yep, actually, that's one of the things that derailed. Disney's America in Virginia. It was like, you can't have this be all year. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. That messes with the valuation right there. So very, very interesting. We'll keep everybody up to date on that and much more. But Wizard, I think you recently saw a coaster in your own backyard go up, actually
I
with some
sure
new
did.
cars. Yes, the Mazda RX-7, Nissan Skyline GTR, and Toyota Supra, completely dynamic ride vehicle lineup.
They peeled off the
Fast and the
covers on
Furious.
them, didn't they?
And yes, they did. Hollywood Drift. You can see them right there.
Oh, wait, they're 4 doors. That's not accurate.
That's true. That's true. Not exactly accurate.
Sorry, I had to say it.
I know. Hey, it's worth saying.
You are now officially the theme park equivalent of a grammar Nazi. You know that.
Well, hey, wait. That's supposed to be a Charger. Chargers were 2 doors back then. I'm just saying.
That's true. Universal City, California, March 4th.
I suddenly have a vision of a remake of My Cousin Vinny with you in the role of the girlfriend. They didn't make a 357 in 1953 with the
Oh, that's man! You just brought me like right to that movie, Lou. Fantastic. Universal Studios Hollywood unveils the remaining 3 ride vehicles joining the previously announced Dodge Charger that will comprise each of the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift trains as the theme park puts its final touches on for this innovative first ever high-speed outdoor roller coaster opening this summer. The ride, which pays homage to the franchise's suspenseful and meticulous choreography created for the edge-of-your-seat driving sequences, will offer guests a chance to step into one of these 4 vehicles modeled after the cars driven by some of their favorite Fast and Furious characters in the film series to experience the energy and thrills of the film's street racing for themselves. You can see right here from the Cali Bay, they had some of the actual cars used in the films on display right there.
Ooh.
But they took people, influencers and members of the media into the load station, and you can see right there from Theme Park Obsession over there on X, the look at the load station with quite the mural back there. I
That
actually
gives
quite
me a
like it. I
Tokyo
think
Drift version.
Yes. And Han's car from Tokyo Drift is one of the cars that will be part of this. You can see right here, this from the Cali Bay right there. Now the cars are actually on the track, and you can see the very interesting drifting mechanic that will be employed for this coaster right here. So think of Guardians of the Galaxies, where you have a controlled spin, right? Well, now take that controlled spin, put it on an Intamin track, and ramp it up with inversions, and that's what you get with Hollywood Drift. It looks super, super cool. Wizard, you saw this for yourself. What do you think about the cars over there at Universal Studios Hollywood?
Boy, I thought they were stunning. In fact, in person, they're so vibrant. I mean, I didn't see them up close like the cool media people did, but I saw them from afar, and they were still super vibrant. And I didn't get to see them test because I came too late in the day, but I saw them sitting on the track, and they looked super awesome. And unfortunately, when I was leaving, they're bringing out the zebra cars back out probably to test. So I don't know if we'll see those tests in the uncovered versions in a while. But it was super cool to see, and it makes me even more excited for the coaster. They also showed some pictures of the queue almost done, and some portions of the queue that I thought were going to be ugly are being ripped apart and replaced with glass, which is even better. So I'm super hyped. They have the double-sided lockers. I'm super curious if they're going to debut facial tech with this coaster or not, like in Orlando. But they definitely have the Harry Potter style lockers. But I hope they do facial tech. It's looking good, and it's almost open. Once they figure out the drifting mechanics, it can be open on Memorial Day. I mean, that's their target.
Ooh.
Don't say that, buddy. Yeah.
So good. I love this so much.
It occurs to me they really have to do the locker thing and enforce it. Because unlike, for example, where they're putting it in Orlando, if something flies out of your car because you didn't hold it or put it in the right place, it's going to hit somebody on those ramps down below you here.
Yeah, that's why the scream titles are there, and they're using the glass canopies over those amazing escalators, taking you down to the lower lot.
And they have that, and they have nets. They installed nets on the stairs.
They did.
Do the various car companies pay for product placement to be in the show?
Oh,
that's a good question. I mean,
does Dodge, or was it all part of the deal when they got it for the movie and they said, well, if we do a ride, it applies to that too? Or what? It would be interesting to know.
Yeah,
that is interesting.
Look it up.
Yeah. Wizard, figure that out, because I remember when Cars Land made its debut in 2012, and for members of the media, they didn't call Cadillac Range because they didn't have access to the Cadillac brand. So they had to call it like something else. I don't even know what they called it, but Cadillac Rangeback there, they couldn't actually go with its signature name, which was very unfortunate. Nolan, there has been a lot of talk about this attraction coming to Florida. Some people are disappointed that they're choosing the Fast and Furious franchise for this. Now that you're seeing more of this, you're seeing more of the coaster in testing and in motion and so forth. Does this make you more excited to get a version of this out there on the East Coast?
Oh, absolutely. With everything Wizard's been talking about, with them whole adding that glass into the queue, it seems like they're listening to, the reaction, bringing in these influencers and media people so much way before everyone else. And normally that drives me crazy because I'm like, why do you guys get to do cool things before me? I don't like this at all. But no, I think they're doing a lot of things to make sure that this ride has a bright future ahead of it. If we can bring this over to the Florida side of things, one of the most disappointing things was its predecessor, how, the roller coaster had been there, which sadly I never got to ride, sad face, but they could never have predicted that it would have had as short of a life cycle as it did with how bumpy and jank it is. This feels like they're trying to fine tune it to hopefully achieve, a height that the old ride never did. Am I salty that it wasn't Ghostbusters? Oh, you bet I am. And I will hold it against them. They should not have taken as long as they did to announce this ride for Florida, because then you're just going to cause people to get disappointed. Yep. It's like, oh, is it going to be Back to the Future? Is it going to be Ghostbusters? Like, why have they not announced an equivalent to Florida? And when you just see the same thing that they've been building for what feels like an eternity, that is a bit disappointing. But I will say the best way to make up for disappointment is have a kick butt ride. And this thing looks absolutely stellar. And I will be shocked if this thing doesn't last at least 15 years. I think they got a true winner with this one. And you don't have to be a Fast and the Furious fan to get behind this. And I think that does almost everything right you can with a ride.
Well, can I jump in here and just say this is a lot better than circular bus weirdness that's in Florida, or the tram version of that very same attraction in California? I mean, because I have to tell you, the Fast and the Furious stuff was not as satisfying as many of its predecessors, including Battlestar Galactica, which is still the best I've ever figured, a tunnel element of the tour. So
you're right. But what this ride has that the one in Orlando will not have, and I think you're going to come to that shot again in a minute where you can see it. It has a direct view of Ellison Land. Formerly, before being rethemed, it was Zasloff Land. But
I'm right there with Nolan. It was just like a bittersweet, right? Because we were in suspense. Like, are we getting Ghostbusters? Are we getting Back to the Future? What's going on? And then it's like, oh man, we're getting this, but we're getting it. We have to deal with it and just embrace it and enjoy it. And there's a lot of people that like that franchise. There's a bunch, including my hubby. He's all for it. He grew up with Fast and the Furious as a kid. So, I mean, it's just to each their own. We have to like it, right?
I have a question for MJ and Nolan specifically, because you have Ghostbusters, right? That's such a cool franchise, Back to the Future. For me, I personally would want really cool dark rides of those versions, not just the outdoor, because it's going to be an outdoor roller coaster no matter what. So I feel like it's like a blessing in disguise, because maybe in the future you guys get a really cool Back to the Future dark ride, or like a Ghostbusters dark ride. And then that way you didn't just waste the IP on like a roller coaster. So I think it could be a blessing in disguise for Orlando. By the way,
nail on the head, Wizard. Nail on the head. Yeah. Because think about, there are all these rumors going around, what's going to happen, to the Simpsons area once that, contract expires, when they eventually decide to move on. There's some people like, oh, wouldn't that be so poetic if they put Back to the Future back in that spot? Or, Ghostbusters. I remember when I went in person to Halloween Horror Nights and I got to experience the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire theming they did. And Ghostbusters and, Halloween horror type attractions, even though it features ghosts, that's not something you usually think of as a big thing you walk through and, there are scare actors who are trying to scare you in the dark. But it really worked and clicked. And I think you're right, where there's so much possibility to do dark rides with this sort of thing. There's something inside of us that wants to be like, okay, we need shiny new object. We need to see brand new land, new roller coaster, whatever. But I do think, honestly, in the long run, this will just be a blip in the history, as opposed to, say, they did finally give us Ghostbusters and they gave it to us too soon, and then in the long run we're like, did Ghostbusters really need to be a roller coaster? So I'd agree with you on that, Wizard.
Yeah, I can
have
totally
a question.
see that. Go ahead, Tom.
What are they doing with the old Fast and the Furious building that houses the bus ride?
There's a lot of rumors with that, with the going into the Harry Potter franchise. They said it was going to become like the double-decker
night bus attraction.
The night bus attraction, yeah, that's what
that would make a lot of sense. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
But
the only good part about the Fast and Furious ride now is the cars that sit in front of it.
And not only that, Tom, what about the building, the Ghostbusters building at Universal Studios? You remember how Rip Ride Rocket would go through the Ghostbusters? So I'm just wondering, like, what are they going to do with that, right? That's why I was kind of hoping for a Ghostbusters ride.
They're gonna fix it and then put a meet and greet there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, are they?
They're gonna restore it and then put a little meet and greet there. That's why on the construction wall they tease like a restoration project is gonna restore the whole, make it like a whole building, then probably put a little Ghostbusters meet and greet over there.
You see, that's not so bad because, you know, that's a way for Universal to gauge interest, right? If a bunch of people show up for Ghostbusters and they want to, you know, get their pictures with the Ghostbusters and everything like that, it starts out as a meet and greet and then turns into something much bigger. We saw a little bit of that at FanFest Nights actually last year. Might be seeing it again this year. Very, very cool stuff indeed. Tom, are you going to ride this thing when it makes its debut over there on the East Coast?
Well, if it does and you come on down, let's do it. Because I'm probably going to throw up all over the place if I do it.
You know,
he's a real trooper.
so Nolan can come too and catch it.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's no good.
I'd ride it. I'd be okay with it.
I just want to see the photograph of the three of you standing there, covered in effluvia, and doing the Three Amigos hip thrust dance.
Oh my!
Oh boy!
Wherever there is vomit, you will find us.
Yep.
Hold on to your butts.
There you go. That's the one right there.
Yes, folks, we only have high-class stuff on this show.
Yikes! But hey, pretty good stuff.
And
please.
Oh, and so for anyone that doesn't know, in the comments, the differences between ours and Orlando's is Orlando's will have a big 17-story spike. They'll launch up and down.
Yeah.
And then ours has the stall for commenters. So same name, which is very stupid, but different ride layout. Yeah. So come check out both.
I kind of I owe Nolan a ride on this new one because I stopped him from getting on the coaster that was taking down that day in time.
Oh. Yeah, I was wondering about Culture. Culture, are you going to go on this thing over in Hollywood, Universal? Oh,
of course.
Oh, you are? Okay, cool.
I am a coaster enthusiast.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I hope they replace with the remodel of the Gravity building for the record studio they have there that Aerosmith is leaving in Florida. I hope they give us something other than the plywood sets and give us something more interactive, because that's the one thing about Rock and Roller Coaster I think is lacking.
Yeah, Rock and Roller Coaster I think
you may
was really cool
say
when it
he's
opened,
a dreamer if he thinks they're going to spend any money on that other than what they have to. So
he's got a dream on.
But I'm not the only one. But I'm not the only one.
I was going to say, but you're not the only one.
Yep.
Oh boy, well, I can tell you I'm very excited to see this because, man, I didn't really get the sense of scale for this. I mean, Lou, I know you've been to Universal Studios Hollywood many times. When you look at the size of this coaster over the hill right there, it takes your breath away just how big this thing is.
Well,
the scale
and you know,
is tremendous.
Just getting up and down that hill has always been an issue, even in the days when all it was the tram tour going down there past the fire station. And so, you know, it's so funny because I remember when they first opened the park, There were no rides really. There was the tour, and there were the stunt show and the makeup show and restaurants. But when they built the amphitheater back when it was totally wide open, just a flat stage and seats around it, and the whole valley was out there in the background. And everybody down the hill was angry because of the noise. And then they put up a wall and then another wall. And before you know it, the whole thing was closed in. So it's nice to have something that actually takes advantage of, uses, and celebrates in a way the topography of that piece of property. When I was at one time going up and down the escalators there, and there were these people there was apparently an Otis elevator convention downtown at the convention center. And they were all coming out to ride that escalator. That's why they came to the park that day, because that was their business.
I love that story so much.
Oh yeah, they were thrilled. They didn't care about the rides or anything else. They just wanted to ride up and down that hill. So everybody has their own love.
I'll show you this right here real fast. Universal
Are you
High
able to steer those things? Or can you make it drift yourself?
I don't think so. I think it's all pre-programmed into it. It does go 360, but where it
controlled
turns,
spin.
It's
you
controlled.
can see this is back in 1990. The construction of those escalators.
Yeah,
the
lower lot,
which is a Starway. Very, very cool. I mean, it was a huge construction project.
When we were doing shows, we'd go through the back gate down there between Backdraft and ET, and just take the escalator up and go have something to eat and walk around and then go back and finish our efforts. But those were simpler times.
Simpler times indeed. I cannot wait for this coaster right here to be going up and down the hill, and over the Starway. I think it's gonna be really, really cool. So, and it will be the fastest coaster in Universal's current coaster portfolio. So that's pretty cool as well. Well, over to Disney.
It's all fast compared to a good day on the Hollywood Freeway next door.
Whoa, so you're saying faster than Velocicoaster, the Hulk, and everything? What?
Yeah.
Well, it's 74.
Yes, it'll be 72 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
With onboard audio, so hoping there's a different song each time.
I hope
Ooh, that'd be fun if you could program your own.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Well, you do like a rip ride rocket kind of a thing.
Good.
Yeah, good point. That's a good point, Culture. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'd be listening to already, Vash?
Yes?
Yeah, come on, think about it.
I can imagine what that would look like.
Yeah.
What that would sound like. I can only
imagine. The person next to you would probably hate me, but yeah.
Well, thinking back, the first you program the music or the sound anyway yourself that I can remember was World of at the World's Fair. The Mustangs going through the Ford exhibit. The radio had the 5 buttons, like the push buttons, but each one was a different language narration.
Ford's Magic Skyway at the 1964-65 World's Fair. Very cool. Oh, you actually got to ride in Mustangs, and they sold them.
Yes, I was there.
My mother was there.
That's fantastic. Well,
I think the worst crime of that whole experience is that they dumped the Tower of the Four Winds into the sound when they were done with it.
Yeah,
cut it up in pieces and threw it in the
from
water.
New York. Well, something that's not so great, unfortunately, and it has to do with Disney. I know I don't like doing this, but we gotta talk about it. More problems with Tiana. That Disney boy over there on X gave us a ride through, which unfortunately had, I think it was 9 things not working. Let's see. Here's an update on the current state of Tiana's Bayou adventure. There's too much for a single post, so get ready for a thread of videos. Truly astonishing that this ride is operating in its current state. Again, this is all like the same ride through. So you can see right here, it starts out innocuous enough, and if I can play some audio here, maybe, possibly. Let's see if we can get that going there.
There. Oh, it's still blank.
Is that working? No! Why is that not working? Oh, here we go. So that looks okay, but if you notice, his mouth is not synced up. to the audio. That's no good. But that's not, I would say.
Was that your, when I watched you guys do talk about this on the other channel, was it your line? Because I want to give credit where credit is due, where you said it was like a badly dubbed Godzilla movie.
I think that may
kind of like the kung fu things, right? If you think back.
Well, here's a problem, and I think the issue being, because there are so few animatronics compared to the previous, to its predecessor, which was Splash Mountain. When you have so many animatronics not functioning, it's a giant chunk. You said that earlier. I thought it was one of the most astute observations I think I've ever heard, and that's true.
Absolutely. No, you used to have 100 animatronics over there at the Disneyland version, and I think 60 or 70 or so at the Walt Disney World version. And so there were so many animatronics. If one doesn't work, it's no problem, no big deal, it's okay. But here you have, maybe a handful, right? Maybe a half a dozen or so, maybe up to a dozen if you include a couple of the critters out there and so forth. So when you don't get these animatronic figures, especially like Tiana, for example, not working correctly, it's no good. And you can see right here, she looks okay, but you can see that, let me see if I can see this again. Yeah, her mouth is not moving, and that's most unfortunate. But again,
doing sign
not
language.
too bad. But here, now you have projections not working. I understand audio animatronics, but projections, guys, come on. Blank screens over here while music is actually playing, which is no good. And over here, you have Louis the alligator. He doesn't look so good. You can see him. Yeah,
his neck is like super stuck to like one side. But we had, I forget who it was on Monday. They were like that part where there's like all the screens. It looks like a really bad FaceTime call that you're having with Tiana and what was the other critter? And when like she's like in the screen and like her nose is right there and she's looking at you because you're supposed to be like the size of a firefly, I guess. I don't know if you get shrunk, but it was just a really funny joke that they made. I forget who it was.
I'm looking at that gator with his throat like that. I'm wondering if Tiana wanted to try to fry him up. Get some gator tail out.
Fried gator. That's no good. And you can see right here, only her head is moving, none of the rest of her body. And this is issue 5 there for those keeping track at home. No good. Then we are back to no projectors. This is at the point at which, as mentioned earlier by MJ, where you are turned tiny. So there you go. We have nothing there, nothing up top where you usually have Mama Odie.
And look, stop right there. Yeah. Where is your eye drawn? To the exit steps.
Yes.
When nothing else is lit up except the light on the the escape stairway.
Well, they didn't think about having
exactly good show.
They didn't think about having B mode for projections. That's usually the B mode for them. So that's no good.
You mean A mode is on and B mode is off? Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Vash, can I ask you the simplest of questions? Yes. What was working?
Okay, I think.
The boats, obviously.
Yeah, the ride there was working.
Was there water?
I rode this thing and it stopped like 5 times when this thing was brand new. This is horrifying.
That's a very good point. There's no question about that. I think the first Tiana may have worked because, well, we don't have video footage of it. And if it didn't, maybe we would have. I'm just making a guess. Here at the final scene right there, at least everything is kind of moving. I don't believe Tiana is...
at least all those screens are working in the background where there should be actual characters, but hey,
yeah. Louis, his voice isn't synchronizing with the music, which is very unfortunate for that sequence. And then obviously this scene is always has problems right here, where the snake isn't popping up. She's frozen in place until the actual boat goes by her, and it's no good. Anyway, it's like this is the same ride, 9 different things. Mm-hmm. And then uptime is still a problem. Culture, what are we seeing here? Can anything be done about this?
Sure, but it'll take money, and I don't know. I mean, they've been throwing money at this for a while, even in its early development cycle. I feel like they're dealing with untested skins. They're dealing with untested, different types of motors, electromotors of various types, and the actuators here that they have been utilizing. This is a different supply chain for them. The original attraction, the in-house mechanics could take care of this for as long as they kept that around. But the shop could fabricate new parts from, the original parts by simple patterns. There were ways to make the things that were basically, bulletproof, like the things that run the animatronics in Pirates and the things that run the animatronics in It's a Small World and other places like that. None of those technologies, those simplified technologies, apply to something like this. It's just, it's sad to me. I mean, if this thing delivered, most of the time or all of the time, I think people wouldn't have as much problem with it. They wouldn't, this wouldn't be such a focus. But because it has so much downtime, because it has and does experience this kind of situation where you feel like you're robbed of the experience. I feel like this went from the most popular attraction in the parks to now one that many people just don't bother with, which is weird to me. It's just insane. Yeah.
Used to be a stalwart.
Putting aside all the technical issues, which are all right on, Culture.
Please.
There's a simple entertainment reality here. If you're going to replace something that everybody loves, you have to be at least as good as that something that everybody loves.
Can I say this? One of the worst things ever was the bad PR that came out about this was a necessary downgrade. Somebody thought that was a good thing to say.
Yeah.
I agree with Culture.
This is what happens when the behind the scenes chatter amongst the in people gets out to the world. The most classic example being our wonderful shape language lady. That's a fine term if you're behind the scenes developing something. But to say, everybody would be so impressed if we used that language.
Well, but that poor unfortunate young lady, the clip that we use from time to time.
Yes,
the antithesis. I feel bad. I feel so bad for her because I know she didn't understand the word she was using, but somehow that made it past a segment producer. It made it past editing. It made it all the way to the approval point where it got released to the public. Do you know under Xenia that never would have happened?
That's
Xenia
true.
Never would have let that happen.
Yeah. Xenia,
it wasn't just that she didn't know; it's that nobody in the chain of command above or below her knew either.
Yeah. Well,
no.
I agree. To illustrate Culture's point that he brought up earlier, talking about the number of audio animatronics, I had forgotten how fluid these audio animatronics were until I actually saw like some old school video of Splash Mountain. I believe this is either Tokyo's or Walt Disney World's. I can't exactly tell, but you can see in this shot right here just how many audio animatronics are in just the finale scene alone. This is just the one scene and how fluid they used to work and so forth. Go ahead, please.
Beautiful.
But look, I mean, let's talk about this. They didn't rely on the trigger mechanics that these these new piezoelectric ones do.
True.
And they everything kind of operated on a loop, and you got the whole story, but maybe you didn't get it all at once. And
most, if not all, of these come from America Sings.
Yeah, every one of them.
So this was a reuse already of something that was proven.
Yeah, Tony and team brilliantly reused the stuff from America Sings, and that's why there are fewer animatronics in the Florida version than California. And I don't know. I mean, Theme Park Wizard gets to, see this park pretty regularly. Are there any differences here that are more positive? Because I don't want to sound negative all the time. Is there something to this that right now under Tiana is consistently bulletproof?
Please.
Well, boy, I would know, but I don't really ride the ride. But I haven't ridden in like a month. So, but months ago.
Wow.
I think it was working okay. But I remember the first few times I went on it, I couldn't put the screen, when you go into the laughing place area was that I already didn't like in the first place. It kept flashing, it was
like a strobe. You got a strobe,
and it's massive. It was flashing. It was very distracting, and I already don't like it in there. On the I think this ride shouldn't even had screens, but so I didn't like it. So that was fixed, but I think it was running okay. But I honestly haven't been on since like last year, so I don't know about this year, but I really haven't been on in a while. But it's crazy because I went to Islands of Adventure and it was the Popeyes. Get super wet on that ride. That has animatronics, and all those are working just fine. They're very simple, but they're still working. Those are very fun.
We love that ride.
What was the flume ride at Knott's that I always thought was brilliant with all the
the mountain one? That one was great too. That one I went on that. All those were working too.
And then wait, Magic Mountain had the something loggers or the log.
That was a good ride too.
Logjammer.
Yeah. Didn't that feel like it was like a year long? Like you would get on that and be on it forever.
That was so long, and there some steep drops. I was like, "Whoa, look at that! That was a cool one."
Yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad to have lost that on an attraction like Splash Mountain. And look, Tiana's could be absolutely incredible. When it opened, I don't know. I thought it was okay, but now when you have a diminished experience like this, it's just so sad. Go ahead.
Well, plus that finale scene is also an ad for the ride because the train goes through and looks at it, right?
Yeah. True.
Yeah. So
there's less kinetic motion. Lou, I think you and I have the same problem with that. There's far less kinetics in this attraction than there were in the previous iterations, and that can be true about all the parks, right? Which is one of the reasons I talk about eyeline kinetics. Is you need 3 levels or 4 levels of happenings within every visitor's eye line. So if you don't have that, which is one of the major failings I think of the design of Black Rock Spire. That thing has 400 names. The Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Black Spire Outpost. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you could go on for 25 minutes trying to figure out what this thing's called. But anyway, it doesn't. The reason that I think the failure of getting the other attraction in there, the Bantha ride, whatever it is, they would have ultimately ended up with because they didn't have faith in that technology. But that would have given you another eye line and at least something kinetic that moved through the entire space.
It's also how one kinetic issue takes you to the next one and takes you to the next one.
Yeah.
For example, speaking of Galaxy's Edge, when they redid the route of the Twain and the Columbia and put in that bridge for the train, and did the bit with the beavers eating away at the foundations of the bridge.
Which was cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is just one more thing to say, hey, take you from here to there, to here, to there, to here.
True.
It just...
But again, simple animatronics. And this is the thing I think... We can be overly complicated, and you could totally build. I don't know if everybody here understands, but you could totally build Tiana with regular pneumatic or pressure actuators, which would make it more reliable than the electrics, right? And the control board, and there wouldn't be the need for more intricate power systems and all the other problems that come along with all of that.
That's a fair point.
Because this is where the engineering of Imagineering, needs to revisit this, because she can be fully fluid with entirely different driving systems, and they would be more reliable. I think the biggest problem here is because of the way they were trying to storytell in this, which they say they hate, which is book report rides. They ended up making all these trigger points that when the log crossed the Opticon or whatever systems they're using for that specific area, when they cross the sensor line, that's when the thing fires. But the problem is that if it's off by a half a degree or whatever the control point is, it immediately stops so it doesn't destroy itself. That's how a lot of these electronic control boards work. So it's just the more I get into like the design issues, the more my mind just gets like irritated.
You said that it could be done simpler. Do they actually remember how to do that? Do they still know how to do that?
Well, they tore it apart. They should. I mean, they took glee in tearing apart some of the things.
Yes, but did they record when they took it apart to check to see how it all worked?
Look, the knowledge is still there. I mean, Bob designed everything that moved, in the parks. And Tony designed, a great deal of these things and understood the mechanicals of it all. Any engineer worth his salt is going to understand, the simplest pop
murder beavers.
Yeah, that was brilliant. You know how simple that is?
Yeah. God. Yeah, and it's effective, right? That's the.
Is this the trailer for the new Hoppers movie, or what are we watching?
Sort of.
That's pretty good, MJ. It's pretty good.
I am going to save my yelling and screaming about Hoppers for another time, but
yeah, we saw the fake Wizards post. I said, "Oh boy, yep."
Well, it's funny because we were all messaging in the background in our
I saw it
thing. We're all messaging in the background from the theaters, like for whatever point in the film we were. I'm like, oh no,
boy,
yeah, it's good. Tonight's live stream might be a little.
By the way, everybody will be redirected over to WDW Pro's live stream. Reviewing Hoppers. I'm very interested to see how that goes. Yeah. So stick around. Don't worry, you'll be reading.
By the way,
go ahead, Luke.
It isn't like they've never done this before. The shot just before this with those three guys, does that ring a bell for anybody visually? Like Pirates of the Caribbean with the three troubadours there as you turn the corner and then you unfold to the rest of the scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, they know how. They've been doing it for 50 years. And
the Bowery Boys are used in multiple locations, from America Sings and this attraction. They didn't have to get overly complicated. They understood, and again, this is my problem with the trigger point activation stuff that goes on. These are logs. Hard. Yeah, and these are logs. They're floating along. They're not always going to align. The trigger points sometimes won't trigger. People will go past stationary figures. But the other issue I think everybody forgot is that these are sets.
Right.
So they're supposed to be lit like theatrical sets or even stage sets because
sets, yes.
Yeah. And so like the lighting used back then entirely different than the lighting. I think that was something that theme park Wizard was pointing out. It's just like you go through that area where there's screens. If they're not working, it's like weird as heck.
It's just horrible.
And somebody somewhere sold it to them on the idea that we don't have to spend so much on lighting. We've got the screens. They do it for you. Yeah. Isn't that clever of us? When they work.
And not just the screen is bad, but the animation on the screen is very weird looking.
Yes,
it is. Yeah.
Well, that whole idea of shrinking you and growing you, and
exactly.
I mean, it's like,
everyone
but I'll tell you what.
Please.
There was one good thing to come out of this attraction. Those people who went to New Orleans over and over again to research, man, they ate well.
They got a free vacation.
And that's another thing. All the promotion showing you them there researching to make. Have you seen anything in this attraction that could reasonably be said to have come from any of that research?
Absolutely.
The bars.
Not at all.
Oh, well.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Because when they did all that research and then they said, well, I know what our plot's going to be. We can't find musicians in New Orleans. We got to go recruit some.
That's not true. That's not true. Some of the best music in the world is in the French Quarter.
Well, of course. Yeah. And that's now let me ask you another question. This is all established. What did that say on the water tower? I forget, 1927 or something.
Oh, it's like that was 1930s actually. Let me just
all right. So, do you think employee owned would be something anybody in that era would put on their sign as a selling point?
Is
that a 21st century concept or what? Yeah, 1927.
That was the problem I had with that.
I just remember I remember talking to Vash about it when they did a promotional thing and they said 1927, but then they showed a very modern like tower crane in the back building the tower. I'm like, wait, this tower crane's like from 1990 at least. That's not from 1927. This technology,
right?
It was very weird to me.
Tiana's time traveling adventure.
I know that crane.
Traveling adventure.
Yeah, exactly. No, Wizard points out something beautifully, and to Nolan's point right there, it's like you have stuff that's maybe not of the time period of the kind of thought processy, right? I've had issues with some of the costume decisions here, and as Wizard has beautifully pointed out, the use of tower cranes and all of that. It's just all over the shop. I just wish this got a little bit more attention. Maybe it was just a little bit more of a budget.
That spot right there. Anytime you come to a dead stop in the course of a ride and have to wait for the next one, you can see you're 8 away from takeoff. It's like it's just like that. It's like being out on the taxiway waiting for the damn plane to get to the front of the line.
Yeah.
But that
isn't part of the ride. It's part of the process, is what I'm trying to say.
But that didn't exist.
Mind you, this was all for a canceled. They canceled the Tiana series after what this ride was supposed to be based on that or whatever. Crazy.
That's a good point. Coach, go ahead.
This is what came about because of the power problems, and they didn't understand the water systems. And you ended up with too much power or not enough power in the pump systems that made this thing work. And so look, because they tore out the things they tore out and tried to replace it with electric, it created electrical problems in not just the Florida building, but in the California building as well. Mm-hmm. And it required rebuilding some power elements behind the scenes. And look, when you look at what some of those issues were with timing, they were directly related to the water control that they had dialed in for Splash, but they didn't have it dialed in for this version of the attraction, which oftentimes would still back up even when they only had about half the logs in the flumes, which is insane.
And what's doubly insane about it is their reason for, why should we take something that's already good and change it versus build a new attraction for Tiana was, all that other stuff is taken care of. We can save time and money.
Surprise.
But Tiana is really always confusing. Like, we never even got the whole story of it. The storytelling on this ride is awful.
But Tiana deserved a fresh attraction. I'm sorry.
I agree with you. That was a good one.
Wait, Dr. Facilier, by the way.
In Disneyland, they had like multiple places they could have put this. Like they could have they could have done it behind the beam, the berm. They could have done it behind the berm like they did with Pirates. They could have done a lot of things. There were many entry points that you could have got in for this. It would have been able to you would have been able to come right out of New Orleans, the New Orleans area there by Pirates. For this, it could have had a very extra special treatment. You wouldn't have had to change any elements over in Critter Country. And look,
New Orleans Square.
It wouldn't have had to be a water ride. Right. It probably wouldn't have had to be a water ride either.
No, it didn't have to be. It would have been. I honestly think
with a height requirement, by the way.
And theme park Wizard here described. Had they just gone along with the original plan, they could have developed an attraction that would have been an amazing dark ride. I think this would work as an excellent dark ride. You could have used even the same animatronics, and you wouldn't have had to deal with all of the issues they're having to deal with now. And I'm going to go back to the whole idea of using the motor systems that they do now in animatronics. And while they do deliver extreme, or can, I'm going to say it that way, they can deliver extreme performance of high quality. In the environments they're putting these things into, it's maybe not the best choice. So,
but I agree with you, Culture. She's a very favorite princess. She has a very large presence in the parks. You can have breakfast with her. She's in the parade. You can have a meet and greet with her in the castle. And she's very, very, her dress, her gown is an option over at Bibbidi Bobbidi. So, they're making money. She's a very favored and well-loved princess, and she deserved better. And Splash Mountain deserved to stay in its place and have her have an attraction completely somewhere else and give her that spotlight. This was an unnecessary downgrade. Yeah, you know.
It just
I mean, hey, for a movie that made $300 million, she takes up like a quarter of Disneyland.
Exactly. She's a
very
popular
good point.
princess.
Their thought processes are so bizarre. For example, totally different subject, but the same kind of idiocy. Finally, you're going to put Bluey in the parks. Finally, you're going to put the number one thing on your channel there, and everybody wants them. So you're going to make a meet and greet that I have to stand in line and take a train to get to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Animal Kingdom is.
What the heck is that?
A whole other animal. And
What
forget they
mindset?
just rethemed all the rooms over at the Port Orleans. Her room, she has like her own resort rooms, Tiana. I mean, that's no other princess that I could think of has that.
Or making a 14-acre Star Wars land based on a location that doesn't exist.
It's insane.
Yeah,
it's true.
I feel
to be fair, none of those locations actually exist, but let's not go there.
Oh, that's okay.
Hey, you know, it's a far, far away. It could be out there.
Yeah, maybe.
It exists as much as Neverland does.
You've never been.
I want the movies come to life. Nolan, go ahead and wrap us up here on this subject right here. What do you think about all of this? What should Disney do? How do we fix this? How do we improve Tiana's Bayou Adventure?
Well, I've been informed by my YouTube agent that I am not allowed to suggest burning the thing to the ground, so I cannot suggest that. So, the best case scenario for this ride is, okay, they've messed up. You shouldn't put projectors on a water ride. The ride breaks all the time. Most of America can get the same kind of experience at a rundown Chuck E. Cheese. Solve it. Okay, Vash, I have a question.
Well,
instead of answering the question you presented to me, can I instead try to figure out how to solve world hunger? Because that might be an easier task for me.
Well, look, here in California, we have two options here in California, okay?
Yeah.
One, we can just rely on an overnight earthquake. You never know. Could do some mash. Two, maybe we can go ahead and bring the guy. I think he has fled to Orlando. We can bring the guy who started the Palisades fire and maybe overnight again so no one gets injured. It's gonna, you know.
If it happened with this ride like the fire, the water reservoir being empty would be a feature, not a bug, right?
That's a good point.
This is getting spicy here. It's getting spicy with that gumbo. Too much gumbo.
You know, MJ, when you invite me, you take on the spice quotient.
This is why
all our waivers, Lou. We signed all the waivers.
The topics are very narrowly tailored. Go ahead, Culture.
If you knew how many stories I haven't told tonight based on cues in my brain from some of this stuff.
Well, hey, Dune is all about spice, Lou.
That's true.
And they said about the drug type.
That is so true.
They made three movies about it so far.
And they're taking away all the IMAX theaters away from Marvel.
Yeah. Doomsday indeed. So look, I'm just gonna finalize what I think right now. I think under current leadership, despite Josh's, involvement, I'm not sure this is going to get an easy or quick remedy. And I think that's a real shame. And I believe that reliability comes from the simpler things. And I think the most sophisticated animatronics right now operating in a wet environment are still in Pirates. And I think that it's not the ones that were there from the beginning. It's the previous generation of the electrics that exist now in that attraction that are the most reliable versions. And I just, there's no other way to go about this than to redesign and put this back in the hands of Imagineers to actually build, design, and program, and not outsource. I think if you're going to outsource, you have to do it to an American base company in order to get the level of consistency that Imagineering requires. And that solves a lot of issues, and it also solves supply chain problems. And the simpler you make it, the more you can bring it back in-house. And look, you might have had some cost savings by getting rid of the in-house maintenance systems and the shops and the abilities for people to reproduce parts. But I think we lost a lot, including the great castings, because you have to remember, many of the things in these parks were cast in these parks. And the reason they look so great is because they were recast in these parks. So
you know who I think would make a really good addition to Tiana's Bayou Adventure? Wilton. I think Wilton would be a great addition to add right next to the alligator. We'll put
No. Put him up
you gotta
there
understand, he has no legs, so he can't break down.
He should be with the dancing okra.
The one, the only Steve from Floral from Under a Rock, or my brother clone. I'm not sure. What are we going with, Steve?
I don't know.
brother clone,
split embryo.
The Tufted Twins.
Hey, that sounds like a great Disney movie right there. Brother clone.
Did you just say smart embryo?
No, you guys could be the Haley Mills of your generation. You could play the twins.
I catch?
I think I said split embryo. I don't know.
No, I thought you said smart. I was like, what?
Point A, point B. I don't know. B1, B2.
That sounds like vitamins now. What are you doing?
Welcome, Steve. How are you doing today? Thanks so much for coming in.
I'm doing great. Congratulations on the 1K. My chest is dying. My throat is sore. But you guys matter. And that's why I'm here. So,
we'll help you feel better.
Steve.
Lots of rest. You're a hardworking guy. I love watching all your behind the scenes stuff. It's so cool. Actually, we were watching it earlier. My daughter, she loves to go on my YouTube channel. And of course, she's very nosy. And she's like, who's this guy? And what is that? Is that a puppet? What is he doing? And then she's like pushing play on all your stuff. And I'm like, that's Steve. Yes, he's the man behind Wilton and a few other characters, and she's 7, so she just loves your content, and we watch it. So
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we love your channel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I tell you, the only person with more cachet than all of us combined, and even Pro himself, is Wilton. Steve, you're lighting it up over there at Flora from Under a Rock. What do you got going on over there?
What do I got going on right now? I don't know. My brain's so fuzzy. But I know we got skits. I know we got the legacy at some point coming up, which will be like a everyone kind of a thing going on. That's the old theme song from 3 years ago. It's been updated multiple times since. And so we got exposing Big Glue. We got exposing other random stupid stuff. And it's good times. Irate works his tail off for the channel.
He's making great stuff for you, bro.
I am very blessed to have him, and obviously we got Mrs. Flu, who acts as our Jiminy Cricket.
She is.
So she very much is. She has counseled us so very well over the years.
But the good news is she's no fool, no siree. The bad news is, compared to everybody else on there, anybody's no fool, no sir. And I'm going to live to be 103.
There it was. I was waiting.
There you go. There you go. Oh, Steve, awesome stuff. I'm so glad. Oh, please go ahead.
I send you my best regards, Steve, but I also send Wilton my worst regards. So
no, you don't know how to love a troll. We love the troll.
But Nolan,
it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Is that what you're trying to say?
But Nolan and I are actually friends on Facebook now, which means that we're actually friends. So
it's official.
Oh,
I saw a meme on Facebook today that said, when I was a kid, I had an imaginary friend, but now on Facebook I have hundreds.
And they all look like AI generated women. Who knew?
That's not bad. That's not bad.
They can't tell you no.
It's the AI degenerated women you have to watch out for.
Uh-oh.
But
how long we got you, Steve?
I if you guys take care of most of the talking, I can sit and listen.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. We have one last topic here that we'll hit really fast
because
we definitely want to go ahead and plug every single person.
Culture, you got to get going, or you want to stick around for the next one?
Okay, I'll give Vash one more topping, but it better be pepperoni, or I'm.
I've been giving Vash one more topic for what, a couple of years now.
Yeah, you have, which is great.
You have to do a podcast across from him in your own office room while eating Chinese food to really have had the entire.
There it is.
Great memories for sure. Great memories coming maybe to a region of the world that Disney has yet to service until now. The Traveler Disney Adventure debuts in Singapore as Disney's largest ship. Disney Adventure, Disney Cruise Line's largest ship, is christened in Singapore, launching a new era of family-focused cruise travel for Asia. This by Vanessa Carell. March 5th, 2026. Singapore has officially welcomed the Disney Adventure, the largest ship to date from Disney Cruise Line, marking a high-profile debut that positions the city-state as the launchpad for a new era of family cruise travel in Asia. Now, if people remember that this is the ship that Bob Chapek himself acquired for the company at the tune of about $1 billion, and we just learned via, I believe it was the Wall Street Journal, actually, that the company spent, I think, $800 million or so in order to make this a Disney cruise ship. And all of that expense, well, you can see the work here. Now, a lot of people were saying, hey, this actually looks pretty good, not too bad. Obviously, its design elements differ from those of like the Wish or the Triton class ships, or even the ships of yore, like, I don't know, the Magic, the Wonder, and so forth. But you can see right here, very interesting, very cool. But somebody actually isn't all that impressed. Somebody who's actually seen the ship in person and has been servicing the Asia market for some time. She's big. She's not beautiful like the other Disney cruise ships. Have you seen her in person? I have, and it ain't pretty, which is most unfortunate, but old Disney, new Disney actually goes on. The Disney Adventure is a fantastic opportunity for those Disney fans who can't get a U.S. visa to experience the magic of Disney Cruise Line quality and service in their own backyard. Hoping for cruises longer than 4 nights? Optimistic? Having worked in Asia for many years, Disney Adventure will have to appeal to a very specific guest and deliver on cultural tastes across many local markets that are very unique. Due to high capacity, the ship will require insane upkeep, repairs, and unequaled maintenance. Right now, everyone has shrunk the Disney Adventure Kool-Aid. Colorful photos, new IPs, and the whole ship to explore, but the truth is the size is dismaying, and with almost 10,000 crew and passengers, it will feel like an overcrowded theme park every single day instead of a luxury cruise ship. It's also not elegant in person. It's a housing project. Would I sail on it for free? Sure, but I would not book it.
And let's remind everybody who may not be familiar, this was a ship that was being built for a totally different line and totally different situation. And they got into trouble, and Disney picked it up for a song and then adapted it. So
I want to go ahead and flash images of this, and I want to go ahead and put it to our guests here who are so design-oriented in everything that they do. I want to know from you guys, is this something very, very impressive, or, I don't know, did Disney foul up with this one? I'm not going to go ahead and go to the middle of the...
Can we pull up the carpet again?
The carpet. Let's see right here.
That's what they said when they were trying to get it to lay down straight. Can we pull it up again?
Okay,
go ahead, Steve.
Does that even actually look remotely nice to somebody? Because I think that looks hideous.
Well, it just makes me think, where's the casino?
Yes!
Casino aesthetic. That's perfect, Wizard.
Actually, yes, because even look at Culture's background.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a shot across the bow. Oh my goodness.
But Wizard's right, because it does it. This reminds me of a cruise ship, and it's not surprising. I mean, this originally was a 208,000 gross ton cruise ship that was the global dream. And they purchased this out of construction processes in 2022. And they stole it. They stole this boat to do what they did with it later. But look, I mean, what's my expectation of this? It's not going to be like going on. Look, for as old as they are, I don't care what anybody says. The Wonder is a quite serviceable craft. Originally canal sized, which is the two original boats were, and so when you start to build the next generation ships, which I think are amazing, do you think this feels very Disney? No, I think this feels like there should have been a casino somewhere, and I think that's why Wiz hit it right on the nose. I was like, this feels like, I feel like I'm at a Marriott Courtyard or something. I was
going to call it the Taj Mahal.
Well, just remember, guys, they're trying to rival the Royal Caribbean. The Royal Caribbean has like these new ships that are like.
Oh, I've been on them.
The Utopia of the Seas, and then there's a few others that have that corridor, like that atrium, or if you will, in the center, so that you can have like the mall. Yeah, exactly. So your balcony would either be overlooking the ocean, or your balcony will be overlooking the interior corridors there, and that's where they have it like a shop, like you said, culture, like a shopping mall, with restaurants and whatnot. So I think that's the mistake that was made. They were trying to copycat way too much, trying to rival those new ships instead of sticking to their traditional cruise line design and whatnot. So what you have is like a cluster of, I can't really say it.
This is like one of those all-inclusive Mexican resorts, only it floats.
Right. It's a resort on the sea.
Wow. Okay, so look, I'm going to say the all-inclusive Cancun resorts that I've been to are delightful. So
I've only ever been to one.
Do not downplay them. They're lovely. Hey, look,
I once was at a hotel in Puerto Vallarta that was built by a couple of drug lords, and then the government busted them and confiscated them and gave the license to run it to this company called Fiesta Americana. And all the locals called the hotel the Fiesta Marijuana. So
look, I mean,
guys, the algorithm, please.
This is an upgrade. This is an upgrade from a Club Med, though. Okay, let's just be honest.
If you say so. I wouldn't go to either one. I'm picky.
I like the Club Med sports clubs were great when I was younger, and then I graduated to the all-inclusive places, wherever I went. And I love cruising. The problem is and this, I love Disney Cruise Line. Please don't misunderstand, but they are 4 times as expensive as they should be. And I went on an Alaskan cruise. Like, had I tried to replicate that on the Wonder or something else, I would have been more miserable because it's not glassed in like the Alaskan cruise ships are. And B, if you go on some of these boats, you want to enjoy yourself and not freeze your tail off. So,
for the record, folks, for all of you guys listening, Culture, he's never actually been on a cruise ship. He was actually just put in long-term care facilities, and that's what they told him.
I actually live streamed from one, you silly person.
I thought it was like Total Recall. He was hanging out with Arnold.
Now, Culture, I have to tell you, the deals that DCL has thrown at the folks this past, I don't even know, 10 months are outrageous. I'm like,
my parents,
the amazing deals that they have, Culture.
And my parents have been trying to get me to, partake of one of those with them. And I'm like, no, we're going to go back to Royal Caribbean again because that was fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I've actually really only been on
Royal.
And they had
Royal's beautiful.
Royal's they even had like a resort. No, what was it? Wizard. They had a credit, onboard credit of $250, and for like a family of 4, if you wanted to do like the Bahamas or something, it was under $5,000. I think that's pretty reasonable. That's my opinion.
Look, I mean, you look at the price per day and what you get. And I always say, okay, so if you're going to go to a park, how much money do you spend in food every day per person?
Right.
Okay. It used to be $100. Now you got to plan about $200 in food for everybody each day. Mm-hmm. Then what would you pay for the room? Well, if you're not going to stay in Pop Century or one of the value oriented resorts, how much are you going to pay? And then you start to add all those things up, and you're like, wow, this cruise ship is not a bargain compared to Royal Caribbean or Viking or almost anybody else.
Very expensive.
Yeah. It's weird.
Very expensive.
And it's a shame.
Tom, no.
Because Royal Caribbean also offers the dining credit stuff too.
I can't say anything about going on a cruise ship because all my cruising was in cars up and down Main Street.
Oh, there you go.
So every time somebody says cruise, I flash back to that. Sorry.
Wizard?
Oh, Royal Caribbean is I haven't been on a Disney cruise because one thing I gotta mention the casino because I love the casino, and I know Disney Cruise Lines don't have that. So Royal does, and they also have a whole bunch of other great stuff like the surfing and the basketball. It's so cool, and the water slides. And I don't know.
Do you take advantage of the rewards program? Because it's pretty substantial over there on Royal Caribbean.
We did, yeah. My wife and I have a card, and we tried to gamble enough in the casino to get a free cruise. It didn't work, but we still. But we also.
Wait a minute. This word you're using, free, it does not mean what I think you think it means.
And it's so cruise.
Hey, honey, all we got to do is lose $5,000 in the slot machines, and we get a free.
I love it's free.
Do you guys like the entertainment? Do you like the entertainment better on Royal or DCL? What do you guys think about the entertainment? Because I need to know.
I saw a really cool magic show on Royal Caribbean.
I look, as much as I love, especially the bigger Disney boats, which you can go to different locations on the boat, get different kind of entertainment. Because the piano jazz bar on the DCL, they always have one. That's always spectacular. But if you're looking for a diversity of entertainment, especially for big shows, like you like big Broadway style shows, I think you're gonna enjoy Royal Caribbean or one of the other lines more than you are DCL. DCL is going to be an extension of the parks and an extension of the brand. And so you're only going to get Disney. But the upside is, let's say you're on a long cruise and a Disney movie is going to come out in theaters. Do you know what's on the boat?
Yeah, they play it in the theaters.
They play in the theaters.
Yeah, there's a lot of perks, and I think if you have kids, I think DCL is a great option.
I'm not downplaying it. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money for maybe not quite as much as you get elsewhere. That's all.
Yikes, a lot of money. Yeah. Nolan, what do you think? You're going on a Disney cruise soon?
Well, you see, I get motion sickness, so I've actually never been on a cruise. I like trains. I've been to train museums. Choo-choo. That's what I like.
I love
it's intriguing. Very intriguing. I gotta say, most of the complaints, I can't really say I speak from experience with any of the other boats. I think some of the decor is actually really fascinating. The shows, I feel, look like they could be better. Maybe I'm used to a higher standard at the theme parks, and maybe someone here can vouch for them, but they do look a little bit too street performer in Vegas for my liking. Some of these shows look a little more low budget, but I gotta say I'm intrigued, but it's not fully selling me yet.
Wizard, what were we gonna say? And we'll wrap it up with that.
I honestly forgot. I remember. I think our Royal Caribbean cruise is at least $2,000 to $3,000 cheaper than the Disney cruise coming out of San Diego, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, I think one of the weird things is that I happened to go to on the St. Bart's St. Croix cruise around the very wrong time. That there was a particular excursion available apparently to visit an infamous island.
Oh no!
No! YouTube censors. You didn't hear that. We weren't talking about that.
What are you doing over there? You're not going to win their culture.
Campione. I'm waiting for the Campione. What was
you're gonna get an invite next week. I'm trying to set up my Kick. I'm going to start doing Kick at some point next week for my live streaming. So. But in conjunction with everything else, but it's a constant add on something, and I still have to get that garden place out there because I'm supposed to have Floral and Wilton on, and I got to get Marvin on there, and I'm gonna try to drag all you guys on there eventually. I want you guys to learn how to grow things with me. So I'll send you like a little project pad, and I'll teach you how to grow stuff. Seriously.
Wait, hold on. Did Steve just say warts? What?
Steve.
Well, no.
On your best behavior.
Mushrooms maybe, but I'm gonna.
Sure. Culture. It's in the name.
Culture is because of the wine.
Culture. The culture is growing.
Is there anybody else on this channel that hears his song, like when you're in your bed sleeping and all you hear is purple potatoes, fried green tomatoes, and I'm like, oh my god, I just want to go to sleep.
It is. It is one of the best videos
it is
ever produced.
Right? It is. It really is.
Nolan,
so catchy.
what you got going on over there in your neck of the woods, good sir?
See you guys.
Why, hello. Okay, if you like video game mysteries and internet mysteries in general, well, you can find me over at my YouTube channel at Nolan Thunder, because I have this little series called Lost in the Files, which season 2 is currently in development. You can hear me talk about lots of urban legends, such as video games made with experimental AI, or even, lost media. I currently have a big project in development that will hopefully be out, in the coming weeks, where I've been actually out of state filming for. So if you like kind of that ancient alien type vibes where you're in front of the camera and you have B-movie type horror and a little bit of comedy, well, please check out my series. I hope you're in for a good ride with every moment of it you see, and thank you for the plug, good sir.
Fantastic, Nolan. Cannot wait for your next video.
Just everybody out there who doesn't know Nolan, look at the picture of him down there smiling in his black hat. And now imagine him in a trench coat doing his best Robert Stack mystery host guy. And that's what these shows are like. I mean, they really, really are. And they're wonderful, wonderful shows.
Thank you.
They're so good. They're so good. Speaking of so good, Theme Park Wizard, what you got going on over there in your neck of the woods, good sir?
Well, you can subscribe to me on YouTube, Twitter, and all that other good stuff.
And you have a website?
And you can go check out themeparkwizard.com for stories and more. You can book your trips to theme parks and cruise lines with me on the website or on my social media. Just DM me and I got you.
Absolutely. Theme Park Wizard is an amazing source of information. Definitely follow him on X if you are not doing that right now. Instagram for sure. His YouTube channel is always dropping some, just amazing hits. That is absolutely for sure. And his website is very, very good. And he's also a travel agent. He just does it all. He is the Theme Park Wizard. That's why we call him the Wizard.
Be cool.
Blue! Oh, if I can just get this through this
Are you human, Vash? I don't believe you. Are you a robot?
I don't know. Lou, what do you got going on over there at Lou's Views?
I just put 2 new ones up this past week, and I got an idea for another one yesterday. I got something to get off my chest here as soon as I get around to recording it.
Uh-oh.
Lou's Views is about a lot of things we don't talk about on these strictly theme park and movie and Disney and Universal channels, but some of them. But taking them from the point of view of understanding what's going on behind the scenes and how you might apply those lessons to your own business or your own job or your own family or, I don't know, your own, wing of the prison that you're in, if you're desperate enough for this entertainment. But we talk about a lot of interesting things, and it costs $5 a month, and I record them as I think of them, and you might enjoy it, so give it a shot. Meanwhile, of course, you find me on places like the Genre Guys and on the Pro Show and on various other shows around here. And, of course, every Wednesday night, with the exception of last Wednesday, we've got the show that Vash and I made famous and Culture and I are trying to keep famous, which is called The Hollywood Backlot with Lou and You.
Yes.
Where I give folks the backstage reality compared to the hype and the nonsense. So we hope you enjoy. That's Wednesday nights at 11 after the Pro Show. So there's those, and oh God, some of those people. I have to say he put stranger people in the thumbnail than you ever did, Vash. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is the reality.
Culture does an amazing job hosting that show, and Lou, I miss you. I miss you.
I
those weekly programs.
Wherever there is danger, you will find me. So
that's right. Oh, so good. Definitely check out that pod place.
And by the way, I didn't formally get to say this, but congratulations on making this place just fly. And it has to be all of that wing walking experience that
that's a very good deep cut. No, it's we're going sky high, baby, and that's really, really cool.
You've
it's
blown
super,
it all
super
sky
awesome.
high. Remember that song?
I do remember that song. I also remember the songs that MagicalyMJ sings. Hello there, MJ! What do you got going on over there in your neck of the woods?
I would have been more than happy to go last. We still have Steve that we got to say goodnight to, but thank you so much for the love. Yeah, you guys can find me on X and Instagram and here and that Park Place, and follow the Bradley's Fun and Brood Banter with Erika and Raph. I am so happy to be a part of such an amazing team, and you'll probably see me in a few other places coming up real soon. So please all subscribe to all of these amazing, talented people that you see on this panel, because these guys have they're a wealth of knowledge. They are super talented, and they are a pleasure to be a part of. This community is just outstanding at Astra. Please, by all means, I'm honored to be here. Thank you. I'm going to stop rambling now. It's Steve's turn. It's Steve's turn.
We can go to Steve. Steve,
technically you did.
I mean, yeah, we already did. But is there anything else you want to go ahead and showcase before we head out for the night?
If you're into church, God, the Bible, I cover that stuff right now. I'm teaching through Colossians on Church Under a Rock, and so doing that. And I actually finished all my study notes today. So,
nice. Ooh, that's beautiful. Ooh, I love that so much.
I'm actually ahead of the ball this time.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Well, definitely check out Floor from Under a Rock. He's got many channels right there. And hey, if you want to go ahead and hear some biblical commentary, well, there you go. You can go ahead and go over there for him.
I might not know anything about the theme parks, but I got the Bible. So.
Hey, that's all you need. That's all you need, brother.
Was a pretty good park.
That's all you need.
Especially right now, it's a real banger.
Oh,
Tom, how are you doing? I don't
I'm
have
doing
any
good.
links for you though.
Yeah, I do have one. I thought I had one.
I got you. I got you, Tom. I got you.
Do you? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Tom, where can people find you out there so that if they're
let's see on my channel, just DJ Magnafee. Let's see, Brood Banter with Erika. On Lorena's on Sunday. A couple places, your channel every once in a while if you let me sneak on and cause trouble.
Of course.
But I'm modding everywhere. Pro show.
He
all
is
over
the
the
best
place.
Mod, wrench, shield.
Going around.
Yes, the best.
Trying to start trouble with Steve in the background.
Oh.
It's true.
Which
it's true.
You do an amazing job at for sure.
Hopefully they'll put the big rocket up, and I will be live streaming it if they do it.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Awesome stuff, Tom. Thank you so much for modding for us. You're an amazing mod, but also too, you're a music extraordinaire. You've sent me some audio tracks. I have to listen to them. Finally have some time tomorrow. This has been a pretty crazy schedule right here. Reaching 1K and doing everything. Guys, you have made this channel possible. You have put us on the path to just beyond the sky, which is very, very interesting. So Skyliners, thank you so much for subscribing to Vash Sky ParkCast. Please, if you have not, go ahead and hit that bell notification so you know when we go live. Also, too, we might have a hype button down there, so go ahead and click that. That will really help us out. Now, we got to go over to the WDW Pro show and see what he's got going on with his Hoppers review. I'm very interested. I'm very curious. Let's go ahead and join him over there right now. Remember, guys, it's those old T3 Live days. That's right. Remember, guys, the sky is the limit.